Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com, and we're talking about narcissists. All right, so let me bring that down a little bit more clarity. All right, so I'm going to talk about to help you understand better a narcissist, because remember, if you can't see the narcissist, if you don't understand a narcissist's behaviors, it's just like you're screwed. You're going to keep bumping into them. And in the celebration phase, which I talked about in the last video, that's a big part of the celebration. You can go back and you remember, go, oh my God, that guy's a narcissist. That guy wasn't. Guy was just a jerk. That person was a narcissist, because you can see the traits. It becomes really obvious. It's kind of like, I'm trying to think of two different animals that kind of they're similar, but they're actually not. That you could tell the difference. But that's not a good. Let me just put it this way. It's the whole leopard thing. You could be out there in the Sahara or the jungle, wherever leopards go, and you could be out there looking to take pictures of leopards or even hunt leopards, and one walks right by, wow, what a pretty cat, I just want to pet it, right? And then they bite your damn hand off, right? Because you don't know that that's a leopard. You just, that looks so beautiful. Like, yeah, well, don't pet it, it's going to bite your hand off. Well, it's the same thing with a narcissist. If you can't recognize a narcissist, and that's the whole celebration part. The minute you recognize them, everything changes. It changes the game, okay? That's why I'm making this video series. And there's going to be more stuff on how to deal with them, what to do. Like, that's all coming, okay? First, you got to be able to see them. So a lot of stuff I'm going to be teaching you, you're going to be like, how come no one else is talking about this? Because it's something that I specialize in. I specialize in the left and right brain communication and something I call Cracked Female Code. It's a course that I developed for men to understand women, because men are like, women are crazy. No, they're speaking a different language, literally, and they're processing communication, body language, and human interactions in a different part of the brain, the right brain, the female brain. It's the five senses brain: see, hear, feel, smell, and taste. It processes words and body language and experiences through that filter of five senses. And so words and body language are filtered through the five senses filter, right? It goes through there. And when it comes out on the other side, they become emotions and feelings and tastes and flavors and sights and sounds. Where's the law? And this is something that a narcissist cannot do. Remember, they've escaped from their emotional brain, the right brain, the emotional processor. So this is why narcissists don't make sense to the normal person, okay? Sounds, whereas the logical brain, everything is processed through logic. So when the same words and the same body language is processed through the logical filter, on the other end, it's experienced as logic. You will never understand a woman from that perspective. So that's something I've been specializing in for over a quarter century, 25 years. I'm very proud of that course, okay? Helps men and women relate, understand, and romance, okay? So a lot of stuff I'm going to be giving you is like, yeah, I'm an NLP trainer, master hypnotherapist. A lot of it was learned and understood from that, but it's my core course that I'm going to start talking about the differences between the left brain and the right brain, and why are narcissists this way. In fact, that's what this video is about. Why are narcissists the way they are? Weird. They don't make sense, all right? So let's just dive right into it. So why do narcissists go after, or try to go after, the most kindest, sweetest, loving people on the planet? And this is really sad, because their number one goal is to destroy that person. The reason why they like that person is the same reasons that they hate them, and it's the same reason they're going to destroy them. They're jealous of them. They wish they had what that person has inside. They feel good about themselves. They're happy about life. They enjoy life. People like them. They're very social. Everything a narcissist is not and doesn't have. A narcissist doesn't have self-love. Here's what's going on. Think of their body as a container. Inside the narcissist is self-hate, self-loathing on an extreme level that the average human being will never have. You just won't. Somewhere along the line, somebody hurt them really, really bad. They beat them. They just humiliated them verbally. A lot of the stuff that you get from them is what they got from that person. It's what's inside that bottle. And this is what they give out, right? And so I'm going to say it like this, because I want to get to the chase. Inside a narcissist is such a horrendous world of self-hate and self-loathing. You can't even imagine. They have anxiety on a level that I couldn't explain to you. And you're thinking, well, they seem so confident. Yeah, because they got this mask on and they walk around with this fake smile, this forced smile. Hey, yeah, they perfect handshake. Everything is mechanical and perfect. And look at me, look at me, look at me. It's like, and this is also the reason. Okay, the reason why narcissists master the art of making you worship them, tricking you to like when they go, hey, look at my new tattoo, isn't that cool? And you're like, well, what are you gonna say? No, dude, it sucks. You're not gonna, especially an empath or an open-hearted person or a loving person that comes from their heart, they're gonna compliment them. That's what narcissists do. They fish, and they become the master fishers of compliments, because they constantly need to be reassured. You're wonderful. You're amazing. Your haircut's awesome. Look at that tattoo. It's the best in the whole world. You're Jesus. You're walking on water. You think I'm joking? Now, here's the thing. I actually am a joker. I'm what's called a Heyoka. I joke all the time. And I realized, okay, on my Facebook page, I'm always saying, I'm awesome. Or I'll forget what I'll say. I'll say, blah, blah, blah. And you know why that is? Because I'm awesome. I'm fucking being sarcastic, right? But I realized some of my friends from high school, like man, what happened to you? You became so arrogant. Like, it's a fucking joke. But here's the thing I learned about narcissists. Narcissists don't understand sarcasm at all. Again, here's why. It's because sarcasm is processed through the right brain. And remember, narcissists have escaped from there. Narcissists have bailed out and left their right brain processor, which is about the five senses: see, hear, feel, smell, and taste. It processes information through those five senses. And thus, if someone's being sarcastic, if you have access to your right brain, you can tell, because you can tell by their tone, the tempo, the rhythm, the way they say it with their facial expression and the tonality, okay? A narcissist does not have access to that. Therefore, they get really mad when you're sarcastic. At all. And social media just makes it that much harder, unless it's a video where you're talking and you can see their body language. I realized, like, they can't tell. It's just words, maybe with a picture or something. I was like, oh, they can't tell I'm fucking being funny. But I'll email some of my friends or message them like, of course you're joking around, dude. Anyone who knows you knows you're joking around. So I don't fucking joke around on Facebook as much because people got all fucking uppity. Well, here's the thing though, they're probably narcissists, and I'm kind of like going, fuck it. I was really throwing it out there a lot, and I realized some people getting butthurt, but I didn't quite understand why. Now it's like, oh, they're narcissists. Oh, I get it. So I backed off. All right, so now let's go back to that. So remember, inside the narcissist is just this internal turmoil of self-hate, and I'm no good, and I'll never be anything. Right there. That's why they go after people who are smart, talented, people that have their life going, like they got a business going, they're a professional athlete, or they're about to be, they're a top amateur athlete. They're going to destroy you. They're going to make you have self-doubt. And they're the masters, and I mean masters, of putting self-doubt in you, confusion, self-hate, and they put all this shit in you that's in them because they're jealous of you. And here's the most sick part of it all. The reason why they love you and want you around is because of the very same reasons that they're jealous of, is because you're this good person. You treat them well. You are just socially the social butterfly that everyone's attracted to and everyone wants to talk to you because since they figure, since I'm next to this person, then I'm special too, right? They live off of your fame, so to speak. And I don't mean like if you're some big professional rich person. I mean if you're just some normal person that goes to the gym that maybe makes $60,000 a year, $50,000, or you don't have to be rich. But if you're that person that everyone likes and they're with you, they're not, and they feel like, yeah, they like me too. And you might kind of like, well, they're with so-and-so, so they must be a pretty good person, right? Oh, no, they're not. So let's talk about that vampire movie, Chronicles of a Vampire, with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. So why do they go after the sweet people? It's because that love, okay, they go after the kindest, sweetest, nicest, best people in the world. They don't go, okay, here's what they go after. They go after people who are empaths, open heart, Open-hearted people, people that come from the heart, loving people, because they have the sweetest energy. And it feels good when they suck it from you and it goes inside them, right? They're energy vampires. Don't kid yourself. They are energy vampires. So if you remember the movie with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, Chronicles of the Vampire, at one point, Tom Cruise, who was the head vampire, he had bit Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise had bit Brad Pitt. Well, there's a period, I don't know if it's 48 hours or 24 or whatever, but it's like you start to turn, and then you kind of like, it's like you're having withdrawals and seizures, and you're on the ground, oh my God. And then Tom Cruise was, I can't remember his name in the movie, the character name. But he's like, dude, you got to drink blood from a human. He goes, otherwise you're going to be like a heroin addict, just fucking fiending, and that's what it is. Once they get a good supply, they don't want to let it go. They do not want to let it go, okay? Because it feels good. It's like they got their fix, man, and they're good to go. When they need it, a couple days later, they'll come back and get another hit off of you, man. And I'll talk about the sick stuff they do, the mean things they do to stab you and to hurt you. But remember, there's good news. Once you see this stuff, you pop out of that system. And they can't do this to you anymore. Okay? Because you see it. So remember, there's always good news to this. All right, but if you're one of those people that's blind to it and you can't see it, you're fucked. You're going to suffer. All right, that's what I'm trying to say. And that's why a lot of these YouTube videos, people are like yelling at, like, around, they get really, and they make a scary monster, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Because until you see it, you're going to go through hell. Until you see that what's behind their mask is a fucking coward, you're going to be terrified of them, and they're going to suck the life out of you, and they're going to beat your self-esteem down for the rest of your life until you pop. Okay? Until you go what I've noticed on YouTube they're calling going supernova, right? So let's get back to it. So let me think here a minute. All right, so what happened is, so Brad Pitt is starting to turn, and he's like, ugh! Tom Cruise is laughing, going, dude, just go find someone and just bite their neck and suck the blood out of them. By the way, that movie was absolutely symbolic and metaphorical of what's going on in real life. People are getting the life sucked out of them. It's called, if you study like like Reiki, Huna, this is pranic healing, one of the things I've studied, certified in. You've got prana, which is the energy they talk about in pranic healing, prana. You've got mana, which is in the Bible. In the Old Testament, it says man does not live on bread and water alone. He lives off of mana, which is the energy from the heavens, is what it's called. Mana from the heavens. And in Hawaii, when I was studying Huna, which I actually put that stuff away, I'm not going to get it again, put it in the other video, is they call it mana too. And I thought, well, that's just like in the Bible. And they said, yeah, it's the same thing. It's energy. It's spiritual energy. Some people call it life force. Some people call it chi or ki, right? So all of these systems are talking about your spiritual energy. I'm telling you. These people, these narcissists, are energy vampires. So they want to suck off the sweetest energy, right? And what they have to do is they have to damage you emotionally. And I mean damage you, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to rip a hole open in what's called your energy field. I'm talking about Western-minded science energy fields. They all know we have an energy field that goes out about, 15 to 18 inches. This is facts. This is left brain, logical, scientific, American, Western science. This isn't just some ooey-fooey stuff. You can Google it. Go to a science teacher. Like, well, yeah, of course. We've got an electromagnetic field around us. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to damage it. Kind of like, you know how they talk about the Earth and what is that field called, and the ozone layer, and oh my God. And then there's the other electromagnetic field that protects the Earth from when the sun has sunburst, and to protect us from the... I forgot what it's called, but they're basically the radiation. And so what it does, it goes around the Earth instead of going in, because if that's not there, we would die. We each humans have the same auric field, electrical magnetic field. This is science. So what they do is they damage you, and then they take their pump, just like going to a gas station, and they put it in you, except they reverse it and they suck it out of you. Well, most human beings get it from prana, from the air, from the sun, from nature, from food, like we're supposed to, from mana, from the heavens, like we're supposed to. Not narcissists, and here's why. God, this is so important. because they have escaped from their emotional system. They don't want to get hurt emotionally. And again, that's what, like I said earlier in the videos, like they're like, fuck that, I don't want to deal with my emotions. So they escape up in their logical brain, and that's why they become very analytical. If you notice, narcissists, they sound very analytical. They have this, see this like scrunching look and the angular. When you're in the left brain, you become angular, and like, but when you're in your right brain, your voice will naturally drop down into your chest. And it's called right, because now the voice is going out instead of when you're logical, it's going out like this, like a tube. It's tubular. It's called tubular thinking. Because they're looking down a tube. Well, because of that, they've disconnected from their right brain, which is the open brain. The left brain is in the box, right? They're not open to receiving the energy from, call it the universe, call it from the heavens, call it from God, call it from whatever you want. So they have to suck energy off of you. And if they lose you in what's called the discard phase, like they'll discard you, but they have other sources. That you're not the only gas pump that they go to. So if you're in a relationship with one, I guarantee you, they've got other people. Could be a friend, could be a coworker, could be another lover, could be another girlfriend or a wife, and they'll have multiple. And they'll keep in touch. I know this for a fact. I've seen it. They'll keep in touch with their exes almost weekly, if not more. Because if they lose you, let's say you're onto the game, you're like, fuck, I'm out of here. You discard them, they're like, and they panic. And I mean, they fucking panic. And they need that crack fix. Well, not crack, what do we call heroin? No, I've never done it. But they start to shake, and they, at nighttime they can't sleep, and they got anxiety, and they're freaking losing it. They will call you, beg you to come back. And here's another part that doesn't make sense. It's like, so you treated me like shit for months, years, and now that I left you, and they'll send you gifts in the mail. It's insane. And to a normal person, like, that doesn't make sense. You didn't even like me. Oh no, I love you. What are you talking about? You're not making it. But here's the thing, they don't make sense. A narcissist's whole goal is to love bomb you in the beginning, suck you into their system, get their claws in you so you can't get out, beat you down mentally, that's the claw part, humiliate you, shame you in front of people, beat you to the point where they can like humiliate you out in public and you won't do nothing. That's called brainwashing people. And that's what they do. And they're the masters of it. And that's fucked. So if you hear a lot of anger in people who have popped who are making videos, that's why. Because they know what you're going through. And they're trying desperately to say, look, there is a way out of this. You don't have to go through this anymore. Once you see the light, once you see the patterns, once you can see the spots on the leopard, you're like, oh, that's a leopard. Then you won't reach out to try to pet him and get your hand bit off by the narcissist. Once you see him, you're out of the system. So they have all these tactics and techniques that hurt you because they're trying to open you up. Because once they can get you angry, mad, scared, fight or flight, which is all of those, anger puts you in the fight or flight system. And that's what they want to do. Now, this comes from my course. There's an artery in the lower reptilian brain. When they scare you, when they put you in a panic, and they argue with you, and they fight with you, that artery narrows, which means you're getting less blood to the larger hemisphere, especially the right brain. The right brain is the awareness brain. They don't want you to be aware. They want your eyes to be narrow. They want you to go back to sleep. I'm waking people up. I want you to wake up. I want you to open those eyes, open those ears, open your intuition and your feeling so you can feel what the hell is going on. And yes, this is something I've been teaching men and women for definitely 25 years, almost 30 years. I've been teaching intuition and how to be internal and tune in to where you can pick up on, you'll feel it. You'll feel it. You'll be like, oh, fuck this person. You're like, and that's the thing. When you're an intuitive person, you just get a bad feeling and you notice that, and then you tune in and you start listening to that person. And that's how I caught on really fast. I was like, oh, this fucking person's stabbing me in the back. This person's talking shit behind my back. This person is doing these little, they call backhanded comments to hurt your self-esteem. So they can look, suck off that energy, man. So now, why do they do it to some people and not others? Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mike. I'm actually going to put the next video in a separate video from this one because this video is already getting pretty long, okay? See you at the next video, and we're going to talk about it, Chronicles of the Vampire, and why they suck off of some people and not others.